There are moments when the world around us just feels off. A misplaced shadow. A voice with no source. A road that leads somewhere it shouldn't. Most people dismiss these as tricks of the mind, the byproduct of exhaustion or imagination. But some know better. Some listen to the whispers. The whispers come from the spaces in between, from echoes of lost time, from doorways that were never meant to be opened. They are warnings, secrets, glimpses of the unknown, murmuring just beyond the veil of reality. Some speak of things that have already happened, others tell of what's still to come, and a few are invitations. Most people ignore them. They turn away, pretending not to hear. But you have chosen to listen. And once you do, there is no turning back. Welcome to Whispers from the Other Side. Episode 2. The Reflection That Watched Back. Mirrors are strange things. Gateways to the familiar, yet always just a fraction removed from reality. They reflect back what we expect to see, until one day they don't. Maggie has just moved into her new apartment, bringing with her a love for beautiful antiques and an eye for detail. But when the details begin shifting on their own, she will come to learn that not all reflections belong to us. Some are simply waiting for their chance to switch places. Act 1. The Unsettling Reflections. Among her prized finds was an ornate antique mirror. Tall, cold to the touch, its surface oddly flawless despite its age. It hadn't been there long. Just a last-minute purchase at a dusty little shop she'd stumbled across while exploring the neighborhood. To her credit, Maggie had never been one to scare easily. The strange inconsistencies in the mirror were easy enough to explain. A trick of the eye, a tired mind, a warped piece of glass logical, harmless, but the shadow was different. It was tall and thin, lingering just beyond the threshold in the mirror's reflection. The moment she saw it, a cold terror sank into her bones. Spinning around, she found nothing but the empty doorway behind her. The air felt thick, the silence heavy. She forced a laugh, shaking her head. Stress, she told herself. An overactive imagination. That night, she covered the mirror with a sheet. Act 2. The Whispering Glass. At precisely 3:12 a.m., she woke to a soft tapping sound. It wasn't coming from the door, not from the window. It came from beneath the sheet. Maggie's stomach twisted. She held her breath, willing herself to ignore it. But then she saw it, the pale glow behind the fabric, like condensation on a bathroom mirror. Summoning every ounce of courage, she pulled the sheet down. A message had formed in the fog of the glass. Though the room was cold, the glass gleamed with a pale, clammy moisture, as if breathed on from within.
Let me out.
Maggie staggered back, her pulse hammering. She grabbed the sheet, covered the mirror again, and didn't dare look at it for days. But the whispering began soon after. Soft at first, barely audible. A faint, urgent voice curling around the edges of her consciousness.
Maggie.
She refused to listen, but ignoring it didn't stop it. At night, objects moved. Her keys left the counter and ended up in the sink. Her chair turned just slightly toward the mirror. The covered glass shifted as though something inside was pressing against it. By the fourth night, the whispering wasn't faint anymore. It was urgent, desperate.
Maggie, please, let me out.
Act 3. The other Maggie. Enough was enough. Determined to prove this was just her mind playing tricks, Maggie yanked the sheet away. Her reflection was gone. The mirror was empty, just the dim apartment behind her. Her breath caught in her throat. Then, slowly, something stepped forward. It was her, but not her. This Maggie was paler, her eyes darker, her lips curling into a small, knowing smile. Maggie stumbled back. What? The other Maggie raised a hand and pressed it against the glass. Her voice was smooth, coaxing.
You took my place.
Maggie shook her head. No, this is my home.
Not anymore.
The figure placed her other hand against the glass, and Maggie felt it. A pull, like the air had turned liquid, dragging her forward. Her limbs turned heavy, her body no longer obeying her. The air itself seemed to ripple, thick and slow, as if the mirror had reached through to claim her. She tried to step back, but her feet wouldn't move. Her reflection, her other self, was stepping closer.
It's my turn now.
Maggie screamed as the world tipped, her vision twisting into darkness. Act 4. A New Reflection. The next morning, Maggie awoke feeling different, lighter, clearer. She stepped into the bathroom, peering into the small mirror above the sink. While she appears perfect, something is still slightly wrong. A slow smile spread across her lips, but it lingered just a second too long. In the living room, the antique mirror remained uncovered, and behind the glass, a figure pounded against it in silent terror. The real Maggie trapped on the other side. The new Maggie turned away, whispering to herself.
I waited so long, and you never even knew.
After all, she had a life to live. Reflections are meant to show us who we are. But what if they show us who we were meant to be? Maggie once believed mirrors were just glass and silver, harmless, decorative. But she's since learned that some reflections don't just mimic us. They wait. And sometimes, when the time is right, they take their turn. Just another whisper, and another soul claimed from the other side. What are the whispers? A warning, a message, a glimpse into something beyond our understanding. Perhaps they are all of these, or none at all. But one thing is certain, they are always there, waiting to be heard. Tune in next time and listen closely, because the whispers are always there, and sooner or later, they will reach us all. Until then, keep your ears open and remember, some whispers should never be ignored.